Okay, guys and gals, today we're going to learn how to make pizza. Super easy. You're never going to want to go out to eat, get Little Caesar pizza, because it's going to be so good. Forget about it, right? You need hot water. Do you see the hot water right here? Salt, olive oil, garlic salt, this rapid rise yeast, sugar, flour. For the dough. This is the dough, right? We're going to start by putting the hot water in here, the yeast, and get the rapid rise. The rapid rise works better than the other one. 1 teaspoon of sugar. So you put all that together and whisk it right quick, and you're going to wait 5 minutes. Preheat your oven to 500 degrees. I don't care what anybody tells you, do 500 degrees. Okay, now we wait. This is the mixer we use for the dough. We got the yeast over there with the hot water and the sugar, taking 5 minutes to rise, and we're gonna mix over the rest of the ingredients, so we're gonna add it to the bowl once the 5 minutes are up. So the olive oil, you're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Trying not to make a mess. Well, 2 tablespoons there. 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, that's good. And then 1/4 teaspoon of Lawry's garlic salt, name brand drop. Alright, so see, just this little concoction right here. That's what we're gonna pour into that bowl once 5 minutes are up. See the yeast? You see how it looks like that? It's risen. Okay, so now we're gonna dump that in there. Put it on low. Don't have one of these. You can probably just use like a regular mixer. I wouldn't use just my hands because it's a lot of work. Remember the garlic salt and the salt and the olive oil? We're gonna put that in. Make sure you keep this on low because it will start splattering, okay? You can turn the bowl a little bit splattering. Right here, this is the flour. We're going to do 2.5 cups of flour. All right, 1, 1.5, 2, spin a little bit. There, you can see it making the dough, right? We're going to crank it up a notch. Keep that spinning. Let's get that other half in there. That's 2.5 cups of flour. Use a spatula, just kind of dig it in there. That's it. You're making the dough right now. You're going to keep this going until it gets thicker, scraping all the edges off in there. And you'll see as it becomes dough, 5 minutes almost, until it's mixed really well. And you can knock it up another notch. Consistency looks like. Okay, make sure you have a nice clean surface, please, because you don't. What is this stuff? I can't even read it from cornmeal. Prep your pan over here with a little bit of cornmeal. Not too much, okay? Kind of gives a little bit of flavor to the bottom of the crust, okay? And then over here, this stuff's pretty sticky. Just grab a handful of flour and put it on top because you need to be able to handle your dough. Anywhere you feel sticky, throw some more flour on it. Just try to avoid getting it all stuck to your hands, which you probably still will. And this is not measured flour. It's just by feel, really. But there you go. So we're just gonna kind of roll them around, shape them, put some flour down on the counter that you're gonna push this out on like this. And you wanna flip them around so he doesn't stick to the countertop. So my goal is to get that sucker as big as that one. And this thing will shape just as you're, flipping it around and patting it down. And I just put it here because I get afraid for it to rip in half. Worst case scenario, if you have a problem, you can use this, but very lightly, right? Just kind of, because it won't take much, right? So just to fill in the gaps, I would compare this to a what? Size large, maybe? All right, so now your dough is ready for everything else. We got our dough ready. Now it's topping time. This is where you can kind of go crazy and pick what you want to pick, but I like to use my bell peppers from the garden, spinach, mushrooms, pepperonis, and you can use this you can probably use one of these to make 2 to 3 pizzas. They have this at HEB too. I like the roasted garlic, but they have different flavors. I like olive oil on mine. I'll add a little bit of this, but not too much. But let's start with the olive oil. Get one of these that have the snout like that, so you can just kind of drizzle that all over and spread it out. I'll just put some in my spoon. I don't measure it, just kind of eyeball it. But that's a cool thing, right? When you make your own, you can make it as thick or thin as you want to. You know, worry about how you're gonna feel when you buy Little Caesars pizza. We're gonna do the spinach before the cheese. Kind of tear it up a little bit, scatter it everywhere. Got that on there. And mozzarella cheese. This time I tried this Kraft Philadelphia. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but change it up today. I like that cheese. You know, you can put any kind of cheese you want to, but the key is to have the oven at high degrees. Pepperoni. But anytime I thought I was putting too much, it really wasn't enough. So now enough pepperoni. Let's do the bell pepper. Cut it more pretty. Sometimes I don't. But who cares? It doesn't matter. If you have a large, you probably only need one. But okay, that's 2. And then the mushrooms. These are kind of big, so you can. I know somebody in particular that loves mushrooms. Celeste. So we really like to pound the mushrooms because I like mushrooms too. Looking, how's it looking?
Bomb diggity.
Here we go. Come on.
Super
Follow
supreme.
me to the oven, which is at 500 degrees. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put my other one. So right there, center rack. Timer, 12 minutes. See you in 12 minutes. Okay. It's time. Oh,
Yes.
look at that. Check that out.
Wee.
There you go. And there's your pizza. All right, I'm letting my assistant, my great assistant, cut the pizza for me. This goes great with pizza. Just saying.
She gone.
Some barbecued chicken tenders. Oh, they smell so good. Oh my God. Ranch, barbecue sauce, crushed red pepper, Parmesan. Deck it out. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So good. There you go. $10 on ingredients and are able to make 3 pizzas from those ingredients. You do the math. Bye.